So I think it's pretty safe to say, based on there being two massive boxes in front of me, that in this video we're going to be doing a little bit of an unboxing. Now I'm just about to start on a bit of a project with the guys at Gear for Music. So over the next couple of months you're going to see quite a few of their guitars featured on the channel in videos. And that's exactly what is in these two boxes. Right now in these two boxes there are currently 5 brand new guitars, and in this video we're going to be opening them up and checking out what they've sent me. So let's just get straight to it. So I'll be completely honest, I'm envisioning that this is going to be quite a messy video because there's going to be a lot of cardboard to get through. So, as I said, 5 brand new guitars. There's actually going to be 6, but one of them was out of stock. So there's going to be another one arriving at some point soon. And I can see in this box that there are 3. So the guitars in question are all from Gear for Music's very own Hartwood line of guitars, as well as their own G4M brand. You may have seen a recent video I did on this, which is the G4M 638, which is like their kind of 30-inch scale bass 6 kind of thing. This is one of the guitars that's part of this plan of videos, but this one is already live. I brought this home from 42 Gear Street with me back in August, and now we're about to get stuck into the rest of the selection that we've agreed on. So I do know what guitars I'm expecting to see. I can't remember all the colors they told me they were sending, and I don't know what order we're gonna find them in this video. It's gonna be a bit of a lucky dip. But I wanna say a big thank you to Gear for Music for making this happen. This is gonna be a lot of fun, and I'm really gonna enjoy the next bunch of videos on these guitars, because I think what they're really doing is offering some incredible bang for your buck with the quality of the instruments they're putting out for such low prices. And I also wanna extend a massive thank you to Gear for Music for allowing me to have more cardboard in my house now than I ever know what to do with. So let's get started with box number 1. Now this one is not branded Hartwood from what I can see from the boxes, so I'm going to assume that this is one of, yep, this is a G4M box. So this is one of their own house guitars, and we have, what do we have? This stuff is the worst thing in the world. Please, guitar companies, find something better to package guitars in, because this is horrific stuff. All right, we've got the Baritone. So this is, I can't remember the model number of this. Is it the 734? This is a 27-inch scale baritone guitar. That's going to be a lot of fun because I currently have a guitar which is like a standard scale guitar that I've got set up for baritone tuning. But what I do lack in my collection is an actual baritone. So yeah, I'm going to have a lot of fun with this one. This is pretty cool. It's got a coil split as well. That's very cool. 3-way switch, twin humbuckers. I mean, to be honest with you, out of the box, that kind of feels pretty good. There's a close-up of that really cool kind of burl top. It looks way more expensive than it actually is. It's got a wound G as well, so the strings are pretty heavy. I'm guessing it's going to be not in tune considering it's just been shipped to me, but let's yeah, absolutely not. But that's very cool. I'm very excited to actually have a proper baritone that I can play with. Box number 2. This one is a Hartwood box, so I can only assume there's going to be a Hartwood guitar inside. And the box actually tells you what the guitar is. This is a Hartwood Deytona. Now, when I first tried all the Hartwood stuff at Gear Street this year, the Deytona was one that really caught my attention because it's a very cool, very unique looking guitar. It kind of sits like somewhere between like a Firebird and like a Gretschy kind of vibe. Very interesting. I really like the vibe of this guitar. I'm very glad that they've sent me one of these. And they've sent me the color I like too, which I can see through a hole in the horrific, what is this material? Kind of like a awful rubbery plastic. Oh, that noise will never get any easier. All right, here we go. the Deytona. This is the Deytona 2 because it's got 2 pickups. They also do a single pickup version called the Deytona 1. It's really cool because it's like mini humbuckers. It's kind of Firebirdy. It actually reminds me a little bit of the old, I think they were Silvertone, and I think maybe Washburn did one as well. Like Paul Stanley from Kiss had a signature guitar that was kind of a take on the Firebird. It reminds me a little bit of that, but much smaller. It's really cool because you've got 3-way pickup switch, tone and volume for each pickup, and a phase switch, which is pretty fun. So like mini humbuckers with a phase switch is a lot of fun. And that color, I think it's called like New England green or something like that. I just think that's a really great color. It's like emeraldy, it's got a bit of glitter to it. Yeah, I love that. Actually, I actually think it's a bit of a different color green to the ones that I've already had in videos from Gear Street as well. I'm sure the Gear Street ones were like a darker green, but that's very cool. I like the way that they've kind of got through necks on these and the finish kind of cuts off at the heel of the neck as well. Yeah, very cool. This is one I'm definitely gonna have a lot of fun with. Box number 3 and the final one from this first big box. My God, this is heavy. What the hell is this? This is a heavy one. The Hartwood Drifter. Okay, cool. So the Drifter is kind of like an offset-y, like, I don't want to say like a Jazzmaster sort of thing, but you know, you get the idea. It's like an offset kind of vibe. The Drifter, if I remember correctly, yes, it is the one I remember. This is the one that has a pair of P90s, which is very fun. I played one of these. I don't think one of these made any of my videos at Gear Street, but I did spend quite a bit of time playing one of these and did really enjoy it. It's a very fun guitar. And again, insane bang for your buck. All of these guitars are going to be linked down in the description. I can't remember all the exact prices off the top of my head, but if you click the links in the description, you'll see how much they cost. They're all incredibly priced. I don't think any of these come above the £300 mark. Wow. So I haven't actually seen one of these in this color yet. It's like a nice kind of red color. That's very cool. It's kind of like, kind of reminds me of like those kind of like old school Harmony and Teisco kind of guitars. The finish is, I mean, it looks very red on camera, but in real life it's got like a slight kind of orangey hue to it. Twin P90s, volume tone, roasted maple neck as well. That's, I mean, for the money, it's crazy that you can actually get roasted maple on these things. But yeah, that feels pretty good out of the box. I mean, to be honest, the fact alone that these guitars have good fret ends is incredible because, especially when I started playing guitar in the very early 2000s, if you were buying guitars in this price point, they would 9 times out of 10 be useful as maybe firewood or a display ornament. So the fact that you can literally take these out of the box and they've got rounded fret ends and they actually feel pretty well set up without even playing them is pretty good testament to how things have moved on in that time. Right, so that's the end of the first big box. Now on to big box number 2. So by my calculations, there should only be 2 guitars in this box, which is correct. So one of them is a G4M and the other one is a Hartwood. I can see that from the boxes. So I'm going to start with the G4M. Oh, there's a bit of weight to that one. So this one is going to be a little bit like the Baritone. I am aware what this guitar is. I've never played one of these, but I'm aware of what it is. So this one is kind of similar to the Baritone. It's from the same kind of family of guitars. Again, I can't remember the exact model number. Most of the G4M guitars have like a 3-digit model number. And there it is. Wow. That's even nicer in person than it is in the photos. I mean, that's really impressive. That looks great. There's a nice kind of like a blue burl. I think they call it like a paisley burl. Twin humbuckers. Coil split. 3-way switch. Oh, I don't know. What is that, roasted maple? I don't know what that neckwood is. I will need to look at the spec sheet on that. That's very nice. I'm going to have some fun with that one. What is the model number on this? Does it say? The 529, the G4M 529. Again, all the links are down in the description with the prices of all of these things as well. I'm not going to be plugging any of them in this video. I'm literally just taking them out the box and seeing what's what. But yeah, first impressions, that's very cool. It weighs quite a bit and it feels nice. Like there's a nice satin finish all over it. The neck feels really smooth, kind of chunky actually, which is interesting. Fret ends feel great. Frets feel pretty smooth. Yeah, great first impressions. And finally, oh, that's quite heavy. One more Hartwood to go. Now this one doesn't actually say what it is on the box. It just says Hartwood. And again, I can't remember the model number of this or the model name. I know what it is. It's another offset kind of vibe, but I just can't remember what they call this one. Wow, that's a vibrant color. There we go. Wow. I think this is the Charger. So the other offset is the Drifter. This is the Charger. This is a really cool guitar. Now I did spend quite a bit of time playing one of these at Gear Street. I don't think it made it into any videos, but I spent quite a lot of time just kind of hanging out and playing one of these, which I did really enjoy actually, because it's kind of like an offset. It's got twin humbuckers. It's got a coil split. It's got like a Tune-o-matic style bridge, three-way switch. It's pretty versatile. To me, I think this is kind of like Hartwood kind of showing what they can really do for the budget, because again, it's not an expensive guitar, but this to me feels like Hartwood have gone all in to really show us like what is possible for the budget. There's little things like the binding on this. If you can kind of see that on the camera, we've got this kind of like multi-layer binding with like a stripe around it, which is very cool. We've got these twin pick guards. You've got the kind of the headstock plate. It just, yeah, it really kind of feels like Hartwood have just said, let's see how far we can push the boundaries of guitar building here. And again, we've got that kind of through neck design with a finish stopping just short of the roasted maple neck. Locking tuners on this as well, which is pretty cool. Chunky roasted maple neck, which I really like. Quite a weighty guitar. I mean, I genuinely think these guitars massively outperform their price point because, like I said, I don't think any of these actually creep over the £300 mark. There are links down below with all the correct prices because I can't recall those off the top of my head. But I definitely think in terms of the bang for your buck, they are really offering some serious contenders here for some real great high quality instruments. And I mean, you know, at the end of the day, they are budget guitars, so they're probably going to have their quirks. I'm probably going to discover things that aren't perfect about these, but that's okay because they're not expensive guitars. They cost under £300. And I think, to be honest with you, the quirks for me are kind of some of the things that make certain guitars interesting. I don't mind when a guitar is a bit quirky sometimes because it's part of the experience of playing it. So yeah, I'm going to have some fun really kind of digging into these and seeing what they're all about. So yeah. Thank you, Gear for Music, for sending these all down to me. I'm going to have a lot of fun shooting these over the next few months. You guys are going to see all these guitars cropping up on the channel over the next couple of months in way more detail with plenty of sounds and specs and everything else you want to know. If there's anything you want to know about any of these guitars in the meantime before I shoot the videos, let me know down below in the comments. Keep an eye out for the videos because they're going to be a lot of fun. If you want to find out more about these now before I actually make those videos, again, there are some links down below in the description. If you've tried anything from the Hartwood or the G4M range, I'd love to hear your experiences with it too. I'd love to know what models you've played and how you're finding them and how you've gotten on with them. I actually think these could also be very cool as like a starting point if you want to like mod your guitars or upgrade them. I don't know what the pickups in this are, or what they sound like for that matter, but the guitar itself feels pretty good. So even if you used it as a jumping off point to put a set of expensive pickups in there, some custom wiring, an expensive bridge or whatever, you could end up with a very, very good guitar for probably still under like £500 or £600. So yeah, very cool stuff. I'm very excited to get to know these guitars a little better. Thank you guys for watching as always. Let me know what you think. If there's anything you've tried from the Hartwood range or the G4M range, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that as well. And while you're doing that, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing as well. Thank you for watching as always, and I'll see you very soon.